I applied to Target and the HR lady called me back not even 5 minutes later. So I did the pre-recorded interview yesterday and I'm waiting to hear back from them. I kind of hope I get that job because I feel like Target is pretty much the only retail job worth getting. I'm not really like a salesperson, so I couldn't do anything with sales. I feel like I'm really bad with words. I prefer not to speak. So yeah, waiting to hear back from them. I hope I hear back from them. I would love like a guaranteed job right out the bat. No struggle. But we'll see. It's seasonal, so it's, you know, technically not guaranteed, but yeah. Okay, so guess who got her degree and is now working at Target and has 2 thumbs? This girl. This girl. I went in today for the what is it? It's like the online learning training thing. So they just put you in front of a fucking computer and tell you to learn. I skipped through most of that. I figure I'll just learn everything on the job anyway. At least that's what happened with Ross. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna skip through most of this. It lasted for me, because I did that, it lasted for me maybe 5 hours or so. I got out around 6:40 and I started at 3. So maybe like 4 hours or something. But I remember the one at Ross was definitely the full 6 hours because you couldn't skip anything. Anyway, I mean, I liked the vibe when I went in for orientation the other day, but I don't know, when I went in here, the vibe was like okay. It's just Target is so different from Ross, at least in Ala Moana, because the Ross in Ala Moana is so small. It's so small. So there's only like 20 people kind of cycling in and out at one time. Target, there's like, literally, I think I saw somewhere, there was like 200 people like working a day. So I don't know, I was just feeling like another cog in the machine before I even like really started working. It was exciting being in a room with other people who are just starting out like with you, and it's like, it's kind of has this feel of like, oh my god, this is so like great, like we're all in this together, like my new coworkers, but just sitting there in front of the computer and like hearing people go in and out and in and out and having all of like their walkies like and technology like constantly going off while I'm trying to like, you know, do the training. I don't know, there was something very lame about it. Nice girl. I'm not really sure how old people are anymore. People seem young, but then they have like 2 kids. At the front desk was like, okay, well you have to do that, do your training, okay, bye. You know, no conversations or anything. I could have started a conversation, but I don't know, the weird like exciting feeling that I got was like gone. There's just so many people, it's like weirdly intimidating. Ross was very antiquated and rinky-dink, but I think it probably, at least for me, I mean, I was just sitting at the fitting room the entire time. It was probably like the perfect fucking job for me. So we'll see how things go here. Not sure how well things are gonna go per se, but we'll see. Oh my god! I also gained like 15 pounds. I gained 15 pounds. I honestly feel like it doesn't visually look like it, but somehow I have gained 15 pounds. So now I am like 145. It might have been because I had like the extra clothes on, a few extra clothes on, but I don't know. This is like the heaviest I've ever fucking been. I think the lowest I've been since like my plateau is at 130. So the lowest I've been since that was 123. I don't even like, I can't even register like what that looks like visually anymore. I feel like I'm like, I don't know, because when I'm in a skirt and I'm like sitting down and I was posing for the camera, I was like looking at the pictures of my legs, I'm like, oh my god, look at my thighs, they're so big, and I'm a little biased because my like Samsung camera is like sort of shit and warpy, so it'll warp the photo, so I look even crazier in the photo than I probably do in real life. But I'm going through it. I'm going through it mentally. Not having a fun time. I don't know. Okay. So you can like barely hear me, but I'm currently in the food court. I just took the bus today for the first time in 4 years. Fun experience. The whole walking there bit, I think, is probably walking there and walking to is like the hardest part. But you're getting your steps in, so I can't really complain. I didn't realize when I was on the app how long I had to walk. I had to walk like 15 minutes in the heat. I wonder what it is today. We figured it out though, and now we're here. I'm about 40 minutes early. Yesterday I took a walk and I banged up my elbow pretty hard. Missed my knee. I scuffed it, but I scuffed it right underneath it, so my knee's still okay. But my elbow is not, and I failed to bandage it up. So it's just sort of, we're raw dogging it again. Anyway, yeah, that's the status report.
Time for the sun to shine. Time for a brand new world. It's a sign of the times, and I hope that I won't have to wait much longer.
Hey guys, so we're on day number 43700 of our job search. I have an interview with a management company, oh god, my lips are feeling. A property management company in about an hour, so that's kind of exciting. All of the reviews for them are real bad online, but I'll see for myself. The reviews for the people who work there were okay, but they have like 2 stars, like nobody likes them, so. We'll see. It's literally the only hit I've gotten. I got another hit, but it was for like a traveling market, and I just want to stay still someplace and work. So let's do a fit check. Here's what we're wearing. I have a blazer on over this. I have a blazer. Okay. Yeah, I've been like studying some receptionist question and answers, but I'm just gonna wing it. I never do that. I usually prepare pretty intensely, especially when you look up all like the questions and answers. The answers are so robotic and like devoid of life. They're just so fake. It's like, why do you want to work at McDonald's? It's like, well, I know that this company has a great organizational culture. When I walk in, I always see that people have really good customer service, and I think I would be a great asset to this empathetic and hardworking, you know, like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Be for real! But you can't be for real. And then all of these, you know, applications, once again, want you to have, like, 2 to 3 years of, like, customer service experience. Technically, specifically, they want you to have, like, receptionist experience or, like, administrative clerical experience. I don't fucking have that shit. You're paying me $12 for this, what? Yeah, the Target job. I quit that bitch. I quit it. I quit the Target job. I still have all the red shirts. I need to return one of them at the jeans warehouse. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that in time. But yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. I got hired as like general merchandise, but I was doing the little like scavenger hunt thingy, fulfillment. It was too much. It was too much, too overwhelming, too much information at one time. I just didn't fuck with it in my heart, in my core. That after I left that job, I like immediately cried. Like as soon as I clocked out, I was like, oh my god! It was too much. I couldn't handle it. Like for Ross, I feel like Ross was easy enough to understand. You really just sort of organize clothes and pick up shit, and like that's your job. And I can handle that. In the fitting room, just standing there looking pretty, I can handle that. But if you want me to like remember fucking, you know, six back rooms, and then I have to learn how to use like the PDT thingy, and then on top of that I have to like do everything in like 30 minutes, and then if I can't find something I have to ask 6 different people if they've seen it and look around for all the places it could be before I can INF it, which is item not found. And even then you have to like go online and be like, hey, have you seen this item for a puppy mug? Be for real. It's just a little too much. It's not for the faint of heart, and I have a faint heart. Okay, hi you guys. I just got back from my interview. I don't think it went great. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, I just feel like we weren't really clicking. That man looked stressed as fuck, first of all. He came in, and all throughout the interview, he was like, you know, doing that face rubbing thing, like you've had a long fucking day. I did the best that I could, but I also think I got the position incorrect, because I thought it was for like a receptionist job per se, but the job that he was describing was of like a personal assistant, and I was like, oh, oh, I would love to be somebody's personal assistant. Like I could definitely use that to my advantage in the future, but I don't know. Like I said before, they were doing 2 weeks of interviews and like one person's getting that job. Ugh, I don't think it's gonna be me. Like, but I gotta apply to more places. I'll find something, you guys. I'll find something that makes money. I promise. I think, yeah, like I only asked one question, and I have this like book full of like questions and stuff, but I only asked the one, and I was like, I think that's it. And he was like, oh, that's it? Really? And I was like, oh my god, how many questions are you supposed to ask? Yeah, I don't think quick on my feet. He was telling me about the job description. It was very long. I don't recall any of it. It was like a lot of administrative and clerical work, okay? Like, I just don't think I'm very good at like thinking quickly on my feet. So I brought out the little booklet of questions, and I asked him a few more questions, but I guess I should have asked some more questions about my position, but I kind of don't care. I'd rather just get the job and then learn on the job. Why do I don't care. Give it to me or don't. Frankly, I think the main thing that I learned from that experience was, what's the point of doing everything from memory? Like, why try to memorize X, Y, and Z over and over and over again? Especially when it comes to like asking them questions. I think the hardest part about asking like businesses that you're interviewing for questions about like the job position or the business itself is that I don't care. Ideally, I would be trained. So, you know, what's going on? I didn't ask about the pay, and he didn't say anything about the pay, because when he was telling me about the job description, what happens is when people talk and they talk and they talk and they talk and they're telling me all of these things, I don't hear it. I don't listen, and it's like not on purpose, but it just sort of goes in one ear and out the other. So even though I'm staring at them going, I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything. It's partly the reason why I left my target position. Too much at one time. I don't know what the fuck you just said. So, one of these. Bring, probably like a smaller one, but bring a notebook. Bring a notebook. Whip it out as soon as they start talking about the job description. Whip it out and be like, oh, interesting. Take notes on what they're saying. If you're like me and nothing sticks, take notes on what they're saying so you can ask questions later. Also, just have like a handy cheat sheet of questions that you can ask them as well. I assume it'll make you at least look interested in the position. So I'm kind of excited to go to another interview and like whip it out. really, like I said before, the hardest part about job interviews is just that a lot of times we're interviewing for positions we don't even fucking want. We just need money. I'm here for the money. I applied because I need money. But you're not allowed to say that. And that's we're communicating.
Check this out.
I am back at my old stomping grounds. It's the dentist's office. I just got a cleaning, and they did kindly inform me of the small cavities in between my teeth, which tracks. But other than that, it went well. The lady was like, okay, we'll schedule you for another 6 months. How sometime in June? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not gonna be here in 6 months. So we rescheduled for another time in April, but I have less than 6 months to find a job and make enough money to move. So things are a little terrifying right now. The vibes are cray. Still jobless, but we'll see how things go.
TJ Maxx.
Over 10,000 brand name fall fashions arrive at TJ Maxx every week, so it's never the same place twice.
No, it's never, ever the same place twice.
Yesterday,
Next week, next Saturday night,
you get the
Max for the minimum price. And it's never, ever the same place twice. TJ Maxx.
Hi y'all. Okay, I just got back from an interview. I had an interview at TJ Maxx. I believe it went extremely well. And you know why? You know why? The Notebook baby! The Notebook baby! I'm telling you, he was so impressed about all the questions that I had. And what also helped me out was that apparently TJ Maxx is very customer focused and whatnot. So, the interview generally felt like more like a conversation, which I feel like is better than just a, tell me about a time when. So it was much easier for me to talk to him. The questions weren't like really like kind of weirdo hardball questions. But he was really impressed. He was like, this was like one of the best, conversational interviews I've had in like quite a while. And I was like, ah! I didn't do all of that. I was just like, oh really? Thank you. Thank you. The pay is $14. And he did inform me that the only people who get 15 to start are people who have experience of like 3 to 6 years. Now that's not tracking, because Target pays you with no experience $15 off the bat. So that just goes to reinforce the notion that these businesses, these big businesses, billion-dollar businesses, do not pay you anywhere near your worth. It's all fucking relative. As low as they can pay you, that's what they're gonna fucking do. So he was like, I can negotiate 15, but it's probably gonna be 14. I have an interview with Longs on Tuesday, and I'm not really sure about the other Ferguson job. I really want to be a receptionist. I need to see how much money it is again, because if they're willing to pay me more, I've gotta go. That was Kyle. Let me write his name down. Okay. Anyway, it went good. Inky meeming. I still cannot get over. He really said people who get $15 to start work for about 3 to 6 years. You need that much experience in retail to be paid $15 an hour. 3 to 6 years? 3 to 6 years. You're telling me you can apply to Target with no experience and get that kind of cash immediately. But for TJ Maxx, you need to work 3 to 6 years to be on the same level as someone with no experience who works at Target. Got it. I can't.
I'm just a clown.
This is good. I'm back from my second job interview. That one went well. It went well. He said he appreciated the amount of questions. I did lie and say that I was interested in moving up to a consultant position, even though I am not. But he was literally just like, I think he said too, he's like, I definitely prefer somebody who has like drive, who wants to move up. But I'm just like, it's not me. He was like, there are, you know, some people who she just wanted to be a receptionist the entire time. She didn't want to do anything else, which is me. But I want to get the job because that's 18 an hour. 18 an hour. Okay, we need that job. So I have another one at Long's today at 1 o'clock. So I'm gonna walk back home, I guess. I kind of don't. I'm gonna walk back home and just wait for that and take the bus, go there, do that, go home. We'll see how much the Longs pays too, because if they pay more, I might just quit the TJ Maxx immediately and take the Longs job. If I get the job with immediacy, we'll freaking see. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I'll see y'all a little later.
Hi! See, you've got a Long's Value Book. What's in it for you?
You name it, they got it.
Excuse me, noticed your Long's Value Book? What's in it for you?
Housewares, cosmetics, and savings.
Check it out.
Hey, another Long's Value Book. What's in it for you?
Terrific bargains.
Great service, great value. That's Long's.
You'll always find the very best at Long's.
Long's Value Book. What's in it for you?
So I just finished the orientation crap for CVS. It wasn't really an orientation, it was just a video. Like a video call per se. I went into the store. They were not prepared, I don't believe, for me to be there. Which is interesting because I could choose when I wanted to come into the store. They allowed me to choose like online when I wanted to come into the store. So I got in. They're like, I think you came in early because the time said like 4 to 5 or something. And I did see, they let me choose 11, but I did see that there was another like orientation time like below that said like 4 to 5. But why would they let me choose a specific time if I'm supposed to come in at 4 to 5? Just tell me to come in at 4 to 5. Any fucking way. So I do that. She's on FaceTime with this, like, the store manager. I'm trying to figure out what to do. We did the I-9 situation, so we did the whole, like, passport scenario because, fun fact, I don't know where I placed my social security card. It's just sort of casually gone. I do not know where I last had it. When I last had it, it is just casually gone. So I can only bring my passport now. Good thing I applied for it So she's on the phone FaceTiming the store manager, trying to figure out exactly what to do. I'm like, is there no other managers here or like assistant store managers or something? Because at Ross there was I'm pretty sure like Sergio was like always there. If it wasn't Sergio, it was Nick at a certain point in time. Like they're always working there, at least early in the morning. But it was just her, and she didn't know what the fuck to do. So I wasn't watching the video. I was just sort of sitting there watching the camera footage instead. And the video was like, so after this, your store manager should give you a package that will have all the information and stuff. Never got that. Not a whole lot of feedback, not a whole lot of talking, not a whole lot of instruction, not a whole lot of anything. I haven't physically heard, like through a phone call from these people in about 2 weeks. I haven't heard from TJ Maxx at all. The guy was like, yeah, I'll call you back tomorrow to make sure that the background check goes through. Never heard from him again. The receptionist position, nah, I haven't heard from him either. It's fine. The interview did go well, but there's definitely more qualified people who deserve that job than me. It's not even something, I would enjoy doing anyway. Like the CVS job. Damn. Anyway, I feel the same sort of being like pushed to the side energy of that I got when I was working when I did my orientation at Target. Because the orientation was not the problem. The orientation was fun, but doing the whole computer thing like was not fun, because it was the same like vibe where they're like, okay, just sit down in front of this computer, and then you can leave when you're done. And I didn't get paid for that shit either. Fuck you, Target. Actually, fuck you, because I didn't get fucking paid. They only paid me for like the 5 hours that I worked on the first day. But you're supposed to get paid for all of that extra time that you spent there. That's why you clocked in and out.
It's not the way to do it.
But yeah, so I'm not feeling crazy psyched right now per se. Maybe once, because I come in tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Let's just see if I can make this work. Instead of doing the TJ Maxx job, I'm trying to supplement this income with brand ambassador work if I can find any, if any exists out here, because I haven't been able to find any because nothing's happening out here. Or my other, like the LGC stuff where you do like random gigs at random times if it fits into your schedule. So we'll see how we're going, but it is January 2nd of 2023 and the vibes are all right now. Experience itself, I don't want to say extremely laissez-faire in an unbecoming way, in a, oh, I'm judging you kind of way, and I feel like I shouldn't be judging you. I feel like I wasn't judging Ross. I keep like buffing up Ross. Ross was like a good place to work, and it was like normal. Like the process to begin working was like normal. They called you, you know, they're like, okay, can you work tomorrow? Okay, come in tomorrow. Okay, come in the next day. You know what I mean? Like they make sure you come in and then you're on the roster and then you're starting. They don't just kind of don't call you at all after you do the interview. Like the other two jobs. So strange. Really strange. Not impressed at all. Very weird. Okay, that's it. Bye.